Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Double XC Podcast. I'm your host, Xavier Excellence Collier.
And I'm back at it again. It's Punky Ail, y'all.
Woo-hoo. So today is Monday, July 18. This is episode 10, the post-graduation episode. I graduated. It's July. I graduated 2 months from Rowan University. Well, I walked. I still got one more semester before I get my diploma.
He walked and he did the Toby McGuire dance. I was there. Follow his Instagram.
It was hilarious. So, grab my books. So, we're a little exhausted doing this. We were both working. It was a packed week. I'm not going to tell you where I worked, but I finally got a summer job. It is a music industry. It's fun. I like it. But this past weekend was a packed week. They needed all hands on deck, so we're a little tired. But it's good we're sitting down. We're at WXPN Podcast Studio at Rec Philly.
We leveled up.
So for today's podcast, probably an hour or two, we're going to get into some films, some TV shows, some things Punky Ail has looked at, some gaming, maybe a discussion about adulting, since some of us is out of college. Punky Ail, you're doing a lot of working and also looking for a house. Sure. And then maybe a comedy skit. So, first and foremost, Doctor Strange 2. We are very late to this, but...
Very late to the party.
But if I can remember it, I haven't seen it on Disney Plus again, but from what I did see, it looked pretty good. It looked good. What did you think, Al?
So, first and foremost, I am not a fan of horror, but I like the way Marvel did it. Marvel is still sticking true to their roots of being family-friendly, but, also heavily nerd-oriented, and I appreciate that. My favorite scene from Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, I believe it was.
Yes, that's the full title.
Excuse me, not COVID. I just choked on my own spit. Sorry. But my favorite scene was when Doctor Strange, spoiler alert, was fighting himself via musical notes. Now, X and I are classically trained musicians, so shout out to Kappa for that. But I just thought that was so cool, visually seeing that. You know what I'm saying? It was the colors, the soundtrack. If you pay close attention, the music was actually clashing against each other, reenacting as if it was a fight. It was so amazing. That was my favorite part, hands down. And it was a nice introduction for some new characters to step into the MCU arena. But I'll give the mic back over to X. What were your thoughts? What was your favorite parts?
I did think it was great what Sam Raimi did. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange were both great. I liked America Chavez. I think I was when they were showing the Multiverse of Madness, I think when I first watched it, I was expecting more, or the most parts that bugged me out was kind of a disappointment. They didn't do more with bringing back Professor X and everybody else that I'm not going to spoil because not everyone has seen Disney Plus yet. Right.
One thing that I'm kind of disappointed in is the way they did my girl Wanda Maximoff. Come on. Well, I said Wanda. Yeah, I shipped them so hard. I look at Wanda and I think of Vision immediately. Rest in pieces, my bro. But anyway, I was upset because Wanda is actually, you get what I mean.
What? I wasn't paying attention.
Why? But I was upset because they could have made her Wanda is so strong, okay? She is in the comic book, she literally rewrote the entire universe. Hence, I get to play on the words there.
No more mutants.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, then you know. But they kind of just did her dirty. I don't believe that she just laid down and died. She was like, oh, you know what? That's it. I'm going to lay down my weapons. No, she's alive somewhere doing something in a different universe. Yeah, maybe.
But for like all universe, she was very powerful.
Right, but there was way more to her than that, though.
Not comic related. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I'm forgetting something.
What would you rate it?
Not that, but when you was talking about comic related, I was watching something. Because on TikTok, I usually watch the AMVs of people doing reviews of different superheroes.
Yeah.
I think somebody brought up a good point that White Raven would probably beat House of M Scarlet Witch. I mean, think about it. Raven from Teen Titans, she's pretty more powerful and more experienced than Scarlet Witch.
If we're going by MCU, definitely. If we're going by the comic books, not a chance in hell, man.
No, I'm talking about not regular Raven, White Raven.
This I know nothing about.
She's already defeated Trigon. She's super powerful. Not that much evil left in her.
I have not heard of this Raven.
Okay, you gotta read Teen Titans book and you gotta see live action Titans.
Yeah, I did hear. Now this is an oldie, kind of. I don't know if it's still going on, but DC did a reboot of Teen Titans, and it was called just Titans, right? And there was this beautiful black woman playing as Starfire, and their attraction, because Starfire and Robin. Which Robin is that? Is it Tim?
It's Dick Grayson.
Oh, it's Dick, of course. But their chemistry looks so good, and I wasn't able to finish it, but I'm gonna go back and find it.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into reviews. Positives: great acting, great cast. The story is strong and great horror, but some negatives: the multiverse could have been way better, or bring out more. The surprises that they had, they could have done more with it and made it more about horror. And so I think if I had to rate this, I give it I can't give it a 10 or a 9. I'm probably a 8.5 or a 9. That's how I feel. What do you think, Al?
So again, I'm not a big horror fan, and I think this was Marvel's first official. Even though X and I watched, what was it, The Mutant John?
We were watching What If, and they had a zombies episode that was pretty good. And they're planning on making. It's July 18th. I hear Marvel is coming back to San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to have Comic-Con. They're going to have their own panel. They might have What If Zombies live action.
Mm-hmm. So I think for Marvel just stepping into the horror genre, this was a good start. Now, if they do too much, they're gonna lose some of their fan base. Because, like I said initially, MCU is its origins is not only nerd friendly but family friendly, and not everyone likes horror, and not everyone can watch it. So this was a good first step. So for me, this is high for a horror movie, but I would give it a solid 8.5.
Okay, so we're both putting it 8.5. So it's a mid B. It might change later on in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's Doctor Strange. I don't know why I added in, but I just did. So the second movie. Oh, before I get in the second movie, I think this is the first time I told you about the Marvel panel. So
yes.
Maybe they're talking about the rest of Phase 4 or the start of Phase 5, because they are going to have X-Men 1997. They'll bring it back. I love that animated show. Mm-hmm. They were still waiting for Mahershala Ali as Blade. They're teasing maybe Secret Wars with Samuel L. Jackson returning as Nick Fury.
Right.
They just finished Miss Marvel, which I've been so busy I've missed out on it.
Haven't even started, but shout outs to them for, I think she's a Pakistani or Ukraine origin.
Yes, a new young superhero.
Let's go. Culturally diverse. I like that. MCU is not only tearing us down with these little. Oh no! I'm sorry. That's Disney Plus. Disney Plus is tearing us down, and MCU is building us up. Because you don't see the trends on TikTok or Instagram where Encanto was basically shitting on the Hispanic family and what Hispanics go through, because that's the TikTok trends that I see. And then Turning Red is shitting on the Asians and not all not just like crapping on them, but like talking about the positives and negatives, but people are feeling like jokingly attacked. You know what I mean? I'll show you after this.
I had no knowledge of this at all.
Disney Plus is just roasting everyone in humor. That's all.
I mean, from what I saw, episode 1, and I watched it with my mom, we both thought it was good, and we have 5 other episodes to watch, so I'm hoping it's actually a really good representation.
Right, same.
But yes, finish Miss Marvel, because the Marvels will be coming next year with Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and spoiler alert, Photon. And you used to already know this because it's a year out, but go watch the ending of WandaVision, or at least the last 2 episodes.
Right.
So the Marvels, Blade, maybe Secret Wars, maybe Zombies, maybe definitely X-Men 1997. I think we're getting a What If season 2, maybe. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Maybe another TV show. Oh, Loki season 2. That might be phase 4, phase 5.
Nice.
We're
getting another Thor movie as well.
Yeah. Well, that's spoiler alert.
Sorry.
I wasn't going to get into Thor Love and Thunder until like episode 12.
Well, sneaky peek. We're getting another Thor movie for those Thor fans out there.
Yes. I think that's about it. I probably won't expect another Avengers movie unless it's like the new Avengers.
Yeah.
I do hopefully want to see a new Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland. Maybe they bring in Miles Morales.
Yes, I want to see Miles Morales make it to the big screen and accurately depicted, please.
What you mean? You don't like how he's depicted in the Into the Spider-Verse?
No, I love how he's like representing and bringing attention to the subcategory of Afro-Latinas. That's dope. I've never really thought about like Afro-Latinas. It was just like, I don't know. I just never really thought about it. But now I know about it. I'm like excited. I'm just like, wow, okay, cool. All right. I'm just saying that I want Disney to find an actual Afro-Latina person and not just get a black person and be like, teach you how to speak Spanish. Like, I want true, authentic, representation. They did it for Shang-Chi. They should continue with that momentum.
I feel that, but that feels like, but also it's going to be hard casting. I will audition if I could, but I'm not Hispanic. I can speak some Spanish, but not that good. Okay, so we're going to get into the, that's it for Marvel, but I'm excited for it. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot to watch for San Diego Comic-Con. So, back into it. Sonic 2 is the second movie. Not that much to say about it. I knew it was going to be better than the first, and I was right. It was great. Idris Elba was excellent. So was Jim Carrey, even if this is like his last movie. But I definitely would want to see him come back for another Sonic movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but they're hinting at maybe a third movie, and if you know, probably a darker looking hedgehog that rides on roller skates.
The only thing I have to say is that like I refuse to watch. Now, don't get me wrong, Sonic, the animation is a part of my childhood. I remember waking up on them early Saturdays watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship, not the other ones.
TMNT.
And some Sonic. You know what I'm saying? And the movies, I don't like the animation. They look like wet rodents. I just can't.
Which one, live action or digital? I like the
live action. It's weird. They did the same thing with Pikachu. I love Pikachu, and I couldn't even watch it. It was just strange.
I like Detective Pikachu.
It's Ryan Reynolds was playing Pikachu, and I would have watched it, but like I just can't get past the way he's animated. I don't. He looks like an oversized rat.
Hilarious. I liked it. Everyone acting was great. There was some real parts with like tales of like the humans, but I think overall it was good. Good story. They had like throwbacks, like the Green Hill song at the wedding, and I don't want to say too much because it's going to spoil it. there's the best part is like the ending, the final boss, but I don't want to spoil it. So I think overall I would give this 8.5, maybe a 9. No, I think an 8.5 is fair for now.
Don't ask for my vote because it won't be nice.
You haven't? Have you seen the movie though?
I've seen the trailer and I'm just like, the animation just kills it for me.
Okay, so I'm the only one that's seen Sonic 2. So I'm putting it at a B right now.
All
maybe a B plus. Okay, that's Sonic 2.
Next up, Jurassic World.
Yeah. I was hoping this movie would be good because they brought back all the cast members from the original in was it the 80s or the 90s? I think the 90s to early 2000.
Something like that, yeah.
All the old cast, Jeff Goldblum, but this movie was kind of a disappointment.
No, he didn't.
That's not how a dinosaur sounds. I'm really sorry. It feels like history repeating itself. The first Jurassic Park was good. I'm told the second one was way better, but the third one was just very inaccurate. I like Jurassic World. The second one to me was way better because it had more risks, like destroying all the dinosaurs, having the chance to either kill them or bring them into society, and they brought them into society in the third one. But like the third one, it kind of felt like it was more about chasing, less about worldwide phenomenon. And like bringing the old cast in, if they didn't do that much. Al, I think you've seen it. Do you want to?
I have seen it. I got to watch it with my little sister, who is a Jurassic fanatic. I seen it with my sister, my aunt, and my grandma. And my little sister loved it because, she's 10, and she loves dinosaurs. Shout out to Lily. Anyway, I thought it was good, but it was definitely lacking in lots of areas. One, namely, like X just pointed out, I really love the collab between the old cast members. I don't know anyone by name, but I remember all their faces. Y'all know how I am. And the new cast, but like there could have been more integration. There could have been more moments where they could have worked together to figure out a solution. It was more, they just did a little bit. They just did like bare minimum. Like they brought them on to the show. Well, not the show. They brought them into the movie, and they were solving their own things, but that was it. Like they didn't really work together. Like the two teams didn't integrate, until like the very towards the end of the movie. I do agree with X that the second one was the best one, only because of the storyline where you have to make this ultimate choice. The third movie was was probably destined to be a bit of a flop, only because you made a choice. So, well, maybe not destined to be a bit of a flop, but I don't like the way that they envisioned. They barely figured out they barely solved the whole wasp problem. Spoiler.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. The biggest part was there was wasp bees and near, well, spoiler alert, near the end they're still there, so they're taking the crops. And B, the thing between the daughter who's similar to the daughter from the original, and then the child raptor that got taken away, it felt more like between them trying to chase him down, but that kind of took away what could have been way better. If this was the finale of Jurassic World, they could have done more in maybe one of the old cast members died, or maybe try to kill all the dinosaurs, or they tried to kill all of humanity.
Or maybe they could have, because they did started focusing a lot more on the clone girl and the baby raptor. I think they called her Delta or something like that.
I have no idea.
But they could have made it more about those two and focused on their story and how their story impacts the rest of the world. What if those two could have came up with a solution to the wasp problem, or to figuring out maybe they could have became ambassadors for like this new program that helps like humanity and dinosaurs get along. It's kind of sort of like a whole Avatar thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they could have been certain people bond with certain animals and they like work together to make their environment more suitable for both worlds. I don't know. They could have. There's a lot of things that they could have did that they didn't, but I enjoyed it nonetheless to see like nostalgic faces. I did grow up watching like the old Jurassic World, so I was happy to see those moments, those old jokes, those little nuggets in there. I'm not gonna name them out one by one, but if you know, then you know. If you don't know, go back and watch the old ones, so now you do know.
I'm surprised you grew up on it. We both knew a person who also grew up on it. I'm not going to name the names, but I didn't grow up on this, but I had dinosaur class junior year of college, so I learned a lot about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Some of the things they show in like the original Jurassic Park is like somewhat inaccurate. Like they went in like the Jurassic era is more like I think the Cretaceous era. I might be wrong,
Right.
but besides the negatives, positives, the movie was definitely scary. A lot of horror aspects. It was good seeing a lot of dinosaurs, T-Rex versus T-Rex. It's a good cast, but like, there's no risk in this movie.
Funny enough, there were a lot of moments where like people were getting eaten up left and right. Okay, so my little sister and my grandma were like, "Oh my God, this is scary." There were like really gross moments. I couldn't look at the wasp at all. They were just too ugly. I had to like. I am the type of person to watch movies through my fingers, y'all. That's what I do. Okay, if that's what I got to do to finish a movie, that's what I will do. Point being, it wasn't that scary to me. There were like a lot of like.
I don't like those dinosaurs that spit in your face.
Yeah, I did, but people were getting eaten up, so there was some gore.
I did like the chase scene. I'm joking about the chase scene because it was more about the chases, but I did like the chase scene with when Chris Pratt was on the motorcycle.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Who was the actress? I don't know if you know, but the actress, the Dr. Bryce Dallas Howard, she directed some of the Mandalorian episodes.
Nice. I haven't gotten into the Mandalorian yet. It's on my to-do
Season
list.
1, 2, or all of them?
All of them.
I thought you seen season 1.
No.
You are very behind. Mandalorian
Yes.
1, 2, then Book of Boba Fett, because we are having season 3 next year. But you do know Baby Yoda's real name, right?
No.
It's Grogu.
What? Why?
I mean, it's not that bad of a name. It's cute.
It's why? Why did y'all do my man's like this? He deserved better.
Moving on, back to Jurassic World 3, Dominion. I literally thought it was Domination. It should be called Domination. What does Dominion mean again? I'm going to look it up later. I have to give it a 7.
I would give it a solid. Nope, I'll give it an 8.2.
8.2 or B minus.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we round that both up, I'm probably not changing my opinion, but if we round that up, that's B minus to a C minus. That's between a C or a C plus.
Probably a C plus. Probably, I could be wrong.
Do. It sucks. I can't play music, but I'll probably add music later on. Oh, I forgot about that soundboard.
Nice. How are you guys liking the new volume, the new clapping? I hope you guys enjoy it. Upgrading, new year, new podcasts, goals,
Yeah. Let's go with 7.5, like a mid C.
Sounds good.
Okay. So that's all the movies we have. We're 25 minutes, and it's time for TV shows. So before we get into it, I actually, a few weeks ago, because Punky Ail couldn't make it, I actually made a secret episode. A little awkward, but I will be adding it in a week after posting episode 10. I'm not going to do that much edits for episode 10. If there's a lot of pauses, my bad, but I want to just release it on time because it's been too many weeks to record this. And it takes too long to edit everything.
True.
And so episode 11, the secret episode, I'm playing episode 12. I think I'm going to call it Extreme Love and Thunder. So I'm going to try to keep it scheduled. That is what I'm going to talk about Thor 4. If you want to be on it, you can, Al.
Sounds good.
I also will talk about the Wawa Welcome America Festival we went to on the 4th of July.
Oh, maybe you should include Lamar, actually, because he had some good points.
Add Starkiller?
Yeah. It's like a, or at least get him to feature on there.
Okay, Punky Ail and Starkiller, if I can find him. Shout out to Starkiller. He used to ask a lot of questions, and he does a lot of artwork on Instagram. Starkilla. I forget if it has an underscore. But moving on. And episode 13, I'm deciding on the title. The Trial of Disturbing Media, or Disturbed but is not the metal band, or The Boys Season 3 You on Trial.
They're all kind of funny, but I'm like leaning towards Disturbed but not the metal band. If you know, then you know.
Yeah. Episode 13, I'll give my review of The Boys Season 3, which just ended this past Friday. I think. I don't remember. It's too many shows to catch up on. But moving on. It's time for TV shows. So, I crossed out Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers because I've already seen it. Al, I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it, but So my mom is an 80s baby, so whatever she watched, she let me watch when I was younger. So technically, I kind of grew up with the old Chip and Dale, the animation.
Yeah, I've already gave a review for it on episode 11. For TV shows, I've already talked about on episode 11 Moon Knight, Peacemaker, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Have you watched any of those?
No, but I did finish Stranger Things.
Yes. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi did end. I thought it was great. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. But yes, we definitely need to get into Stranger Things 4. Volume 2 dropped July 1st. And I thought it was great. Episode 9 was like 2.5 hours, but it was great. It was
worth it.
Not going to spoil it, but they left us at a plot twist.
Most definitely. And Hopper got a new bod. I definitely peeped that.
I mean, it is, what was his name? Shoot, I forgot who plays Hopper. David, I gotta look up the cast right now.
I don't know his name, but I know he lives in New York.
Yeah, I mean, that's expected. He is a good actor. He does work out. David Harbour, yeah. I don't know if you know, but there was a reboot of Hellboy a few years ago. Not that good, but he played him.
I wasn't a big Hellboy fan. I kept trying, but ultimately I failed. Understandable.
It's very... I can't speak in that. I can't decide if he's underrated or overrated. But it is cool, though. He fights demons, and he is a demon.
Right.
But yeah, David Harbour was great in this one.
He really was. I was living for that moment when Elle and Hopper finally got back together. Like, I needed that reunion so bad. I think I had a little bit of tears in my eyes. I was like, yes, she needs her dad, and her dad came back stronger than ever. Hopper went through what he went through for a reason. Everyone kind of went their own separate ways, kind of like they started doing in the second season, I think.
The third season.
I felt like Dustin was always like kind of going off and doing his own thing, though.
Yeah, but Dustin was like the heart of the team. Well,
that's Mike.
Not
How
really.
You just gonna give away
spoiling.
Mike?
I'm sorry if I'm spoiling. I feel like Dustin was like the best part of the team because he was always funny, always coming up with stuff.
I think my point was, you really get to see in season 4, like how even though everyone's working like individually or with their own like partners, like go-to partners, when they came back, they were stronger together because they took that time, or they were kind of forced to work separately. You know what I'm saying? And I It's such a good show. And I don't, again, this is surprising because I don't like horror. This is like new for me. There's a lot of times where I had to like close my eyes. It was, Demogorgons were so ugly.
Yeah, so this is probably the best season yet. But what takes it away from Stranger Things 1, 2, and 3, there was actually horror like near the end of the first episode. It was surprising. I watched this with my mom. A little disturbing, but the story is still good. There's some comedy, some characters who we grew up with in season 1. They're turning up a lot in this season.
I have to give my boy Eddie all his props. His solo.
I was getting to.
Why did he have to die?
You just spoiled it.
Oops.
I was slowly getting to Eddie, but yes, Eddie was my favorite part of season 4. If I had to rank it, he's my favorite side character of the entire series. I'm putting Alexei, the Slurpee guy, at number 2.
Smirnoff. For those of you who know, Smirnoff was, I love that nickname that Hopper gave Alexei. Like, even in his final moments, I was like, rest in peace, Smirnoff. And I didn't mean to spoil Eddie, but like his solo was so amazing. And I argue that he had too much main character energy to die off like a side character. Like y'all did my boy wrong, okay? I would like a reboot. Bring Eddie back. Give him a proper burial as a main character. Like, come on.
I don't think they're doing the director's cut, but they've been doing this. They always killing a side character. Alexei, Eddie, they killed Nancy's best friend in season 1. But Eddie was great. We will both love a Hellfire Club shirt.
Definitely.
And shout out to Metallica. Master of Puppets song is great.
Yes.
But going back to characters growing and turning up, I did not expect Nancy to be a big motivation, a big leader in this season.
I'm not gonna lie. Nancy kind of got on my nerves. Like, I love Nancy when her hair is in a ponytail, not that weird crap that she be wearing, and she has a shotgun in her hand. Like, I love that for her. But she was more like, her love interest was very like, they kept trying to like do something with her love interest, and I think they were kind of like hinting that she was like gonna get with Steve maybe, and my boy Steve deserves better. Okay, he's moved on. He doesn't need Nancy. And so Robin and Steve have this weird chemistry. Like, at first I thought they were like strong friends, and now I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here. Please, someone help. Send clarification, please.
I'll do it. Steve is like the third wheel because Robin is trying to get with the girl in her band.
Oh yeah, because the dude, she broke up with the dude. But no, I feel like Steve and Nance, no, Steve and Robin have this weird energy, and I'm just like, I know that you're obviously gay, but maybe you might be bisexual, Robin, because you be giving Steve some I'm not the only one who sees this, okay? It's confusing.
No, I still think is most likely Steve and Nancy are going to get back together, but
Steve, you deserve better.
Moving on. I think moving on because we're about to rate the entire season 4. I think the main thing people cannot stop talking about is shout out to Sadie Sink, Max's playlist, because I don't know if you heard already, but Kate Bush is running up that hill.
Yep.
We can't stop listening to it since we first heard it.
True. Can we stop adding running up that hill on things that aren't related though? You guys are wearing out the song. Please stop.
Songs to save me from Vecna. Yeah. I had on Spotify, they say Cameo's Candy is going to save me, and that's funny because it's actually 1986 and it came out in 1986.
I think mine would either be Plastic Love. I think her name is Miki.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Plastic Love or Fukai Mori by Do As Infinity. That's, if you're an Inuyasha fan, you already know.
I'd say Stevie Wonder's I Wish, or maybe Strobe Light by Gorillaz and Peven Everett.
Good choices.
But that plot twist, though, of like 11's past, they did dirty with Cutting a Hill. But that plot twist of going back to a past and learning about someone else powerful, because we haven't seen anyone as powerful as 11 since 8. And then, what was Max's brother's name? Billy?
Yeah.
Who got her powers. But I'm not trying to spoil it, but like Vecna, and you learn the truth about the Upside Down and the Mind Flayer.
That was a nice twist. But here's the funny thing. So I'm really good at guessing, and I'm really observant when it comes to movies and TV shows. So I was watching it with my partner, and I was like, babe, and I stopped it, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be crazy if Vecna was so-and-so? And he was like, yeah, that'd be crazy, but that's not gonna happen. And I was like, okay. And then it happens, and I'm like, yo, babe, didn't I literally just say it? And he tried not to give me my props, but I literally said that, like, in like, I think in the third season, and then in the 4th season, it was confirmed. I was shooketh, okay? I was shook.
Yeah, but they start the Duffer Brothers. I think it's the Duffer Brothers. I don't know. The directors of Stranger Things 4, they're going to start writing a script next month, so we won't be getting Stranger Things 5, the final season, until 2024, 2 years from now. A lot of chaos. I don't know how this is going to end, but there's something else I'm forgetting.
Please don't ruin it.
Y'all was actually right about this. I was hoping you was wrong, but you was actually right. The actor, what was his name? I'm bringing up the cast again. The actor Noah Snap will actually confirm that Will actually has a thing for Mike.
I told you, this was so obvious.
I thought it was, no, I thought he liked someone else, or like he probably thought he was going to die. I didn't think it was anything romantic in the middle of the series.
My gaydar is stronger.
Okay. But still, that still doesn't, I mean, isn't he still like mad at Mike for like the entire season 3? They wouldn't let him play Dungeons and Dragons. That was so much simpler, like season 1, when they could just play Dungeons and Dragons all day.
That's what I like about Stranger Things, though. It's like, it's not only like a show that's introducing to younger people like myself Dungeons and Dragons and other cool old vintage games, but like they're incorporating this group of friends that have been together for like, you know, a bit, and they're showing how they're growing and changing, but how they're still coming back together, you know? So it's beautiful. It's really beautiful how they do that, how they incorporate that.
Mm. Okay, well, it's going to be a while for me getting Stranger Things, so we probably going to have to rewatch this.
Right.
I would like a D&D Stranger Things starter pack.
That'd be cool.
Or start any new D&D set. I have like a piece of paper of a character I'm creating, but I still never finished it. Or somebody just take me to a LARP.
That'd be cool. I've been told this multiple times this summer by different friends that like I'll say things because, you know, sometimes that can be funny, and they're like, yo, you sound like a whole D&D character. And I'm like, really? Teach me the ways. Like, I will write this down.
Yeah, I showed you a meme. You give her the D, I give her D&D. We are not the same. With like what was the actor's name? Stan Edgar. Who plays him? Moff Gideon. I'm forgetting the name, but you know the actors he plays. It had his face on it.
Okay.
Stranger Things 4. I'm probably gonna rate this 9 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I see nothing wrong. Well, I didn't like the way Vecna was like twisting up bodies. Those look really weird. Like they looked fake,
that's
but
messed
also
up. Yeah.
real. Yeah, I was like, all right, I'll give it a 9.9 because of the bodies. Like Vecna, you couldn't have just, you know, why you have to twist human bodies like bottle caps? That was unnecessary, man. We know you're strong. Anyone else feel like Vecna's overcompensating or what?
I don't think he is. He seems a little too powerful, but maybe Darth Vader can beat him.
Maybe.
He literally has a light sword and is the strongest force wielder ever. So, okay, that's a lie. Star Killer is way stronger than Darth Vader. Play the Force Unleashed. Wait, where are you ranking this? I gave it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10.
Okay, so both 9 out of 10, like an A. Maybe an A plus later on.
Right.
Okay, 40 minutes into it. Should I take a water break?
Probably.
Because, we got film. Stranger Things 4 is the only show. I already rated Obi-Wan Kenobi a 9 out of 10 as well. It was really great hearing James Earl Jones' voice again. Even though he's 90 years old, he's still getting paid to do voice acting. And it was so emotional seeing the actors I grew up with in the 2000s to 2005 from the prequel Star Wars trilogy. Ewan McGregor and Haydenson. You know, Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I know, I'm bad with names, but like once I see their faces, I'll be like, yeah. I wasn't big into Star Wars. I was about to say Starbucks. Sorry. I wasn't big into Star Wars because I had no one to guide me into that expansive universe, but I do have some connection to it. It is a part of my childhood.
Yeah, it was great though. Seeing Hayden Christensen, I pronounced it wrong, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor again. Moses Ingram, who plays Reva, one of the Inquisitors, like from Jedi Fallen Order. She was pretty good. She was a little annoying at times, but you find out later on she had reasons, some good intentions. I don't know if that explains it much. They have another actor from Game of Thrones in this.
Oh Lord.
Yes, he plays the mother of the three sisters. With gold on, they have like whips.
I know this isn't who you're talking about, but as soon as you said mother with three sisters, I'm like...
Indira Varner, she played the mother. She was like, I think she was married to the Mandalorian.
Okay. But I thought of the lady from Residential Evil. Anytime someone says mom with three daughters or like three sisters, I think of her immediately.
They got the guy from Eternals. He's in this.
I am not surprised whatsoever.
They brought back Joel Edgerton. He did the meme, like in the first episode. When Obi-Wan says, "When the time comes, I have to train Luke," and Owen says, "Like you trained his father." It's a running joke. I'll show you the memes later. But the main highlight was seeing little Luke and seeing a lot of young Leia.
Nice. Leia's the one who ended up kissing Ben, right?
No, she doesn't kiss. She kissed Luke later on. And she kisses Han Solo. You do know they kiss in like episode 5, and then he finds out they're sisters, brother and sister in episode 6, right?
I have nothing to say.
Moving on from Star Wars, because I keep forgetting. I'm going to take an H2O break. It's actually your time to take the mic for everything you've seen, but I haven't seen. So I'll be right back.
Alrighty then. And on that note, make sure you follow Xavier. I'm pretty sure you guys know his Instagram already. And make sure you hit up my DMs. That's Punky Ail, PUNKY_AIL. For some shenanigans. All right, so let's start off with this movie that you can see for free on Peacock. If you guys watch Peacock, it's a free streaming service if you don't know what it is. But basically, it's called the Northman, and it's basically a Viking-based rendition of Hamlet. But in my opinion, it was better. It was more realistic. It even managed to make use of supernatural things. And it made the supernatural myths that the Norsemen, Norse, N-O-R-S-E, it even managed to make things that Vikings hold in Norse mythology seem like they absolutely belonged there. Like, it didn't seem like fantastical or like wonderful, but it seemed like, okay, this is a part of real life. You know what I'm saying? This is like another option that we can use. Like, instead of using my phone, I can just use some magic mushrooms and suddenly I'm seeing the future. Like, they had a totally blasé view towards the supernatural, and I thought it was so different, compared to the MCU universe. Anyway, I'm talking about the Northmen and how they in the Norse mythology they have like that's where Thor and Odin comes from, the Norse mythology, and the way that the film like showed their supernatural like elements, like the characters inside of the screen, they weren't like surprised at the use of supernatural at all. It was kind of just like a part of everyday life for them. So there was a scene where like
I'm sorry, I'm leaning. So it's like witchcraft, they're used to it?
Yeah, sort of like witchcraft. They are used to it. The main character's name is Hamlet, which, if you can guess, I'm assuming that's where like Shakespeare got his inspiration to make Hamlet. But basically, the main character Hamlet, he falls in love with this girl. I forget the girl's name, but she eventually gets pregnant and she has twins. But he sees the twins in this vision that he has. I think he touches, like, he's like rubbing her stomach and he gets a vision and he sees like his bloodline. He has 2 twins, and it ends with, no, this is my favorite part. His daughter becomes a maiden king instead of his son, which was a nice touch for a movie that basically revolved around like power, revenge, and male hierarchy. So overall, the movie for me, it was an 8. There were times when Hamlet was kind of like stiff and he walked as if he was super stiff as well. So it kind of took me out sometimes. But overall, I would definitely give it a watch. The Northman was an interesting one. It was definitely an interesting one. But anyway, moving on. Next up on my list is Bel-Air. Another Peacock original, I believe.
I have not gotten to see it yet. I don't know if my sister or my mother still has Peacock, but go on.
So Bel-Air starts off... So I start off Bel-Air completely agitated. Like, let me get real with you guys, as I always am. The first episode all these episodes are like an hour long, give or take. And the kid, Will, he reminds me of my brother. You know him. We call him Fat Fat. Shout out to my brother. Hi, y'all. And he's irking me because, like, he's a teenager. But he's on the cusp of adulthood yet. He's in that weird in-between phase of, like, elementary school and high school, right? He's, like, about to get into college. I'm so sorry. It's been a minute. He's about, like, maybe 15, 16. About to go to college, and his personality is kind of annoying. Like, he knows better, but he chooses to make stupid decisions over and over, and it's just like, why? Like, you know better, so why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? My brother didn't like that because I was watching this with my family. My brother and family didn't like that. He's not a real Philly native, like the person who plays Philly. Like, the way he says our slang, our vernacular, it's all weird and stiff. I didn't like that. His mom, Vivian, she can say our Philly slang better than the actual, like, Will actor. But other than that, it's a darker twist. Not darker in terms of, like, someone's getting murdered, but, like, real world, you know? In the real world, not everything is so fantastical and pretty like it is on screen. So it takes the Fresh Prince that we know and love from, what was that, the 90s, the 80s?
I believe it was the 90s, the sitcom.
Right. It takes that and puts a new like coat of paint on it, you know, another layer, it adds depth to it, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that the show back then didn't get into like some real nitty-gritty things when it had to, but it's been a minute since I've watched the Fresh Prince, and all I remember is like the jokes and, you know, the beautiful outfits. Well, they weren't all like beautifully dressed, but I love the outfits from back in the day, whatnot. But I would definitely give it a watch, but go in knowing that you're not watching the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You are watching another rendition. You are watching a 2022 version of that, and it's different and it's long.
Sorry, I'll still give it a watch because despite what happened at the Oscars earlier this year, I still want to be a Will Smith fan.
Of course. And let me just say, Will, you keep doing you, baby. We love you, okay? You can come to my house anytime. Forget wherever it was where he got kicked out.
Free food.
And we can cook too. Moving on. So I did spend some time watching The Proud Family that is on Disney Plus. Did you get a chance to catch up on this?
I still have not watched it yet, and Keke Palmer is in it.
Keke Palmer has been getting around. She's now in that new movie called Nope.
Comes out this Friday.
I don't know if I want to watch it.
That's how I feel about the movie. I love Jordan Peele's stories.
Right.
He's the executive producer of the Candyman reboot, but with aliens, UFOs, nah.
Right. It's strange. I don't know. I'd watch it. I would watch it if it's for free, because I'm just like, I don't know.
Cheap discount Tuesdays.
Right. I don't know if I want to step my feet into this. He has a lot of different genres going on in one movie, so it feels like you're watching 5. But getting back to The Proud Family, now I was very iffy, okay? It took me a long minute to actually brace myself and sit down and watch this, but once I started watching The Proud Family, it was like I never left.
Did you know, like, in the original, there were Republicans?
Republicans?
Really? I think in the second or third episode of, like, if you watch the original, if you rewatch the original, I think it's Penny who says there were Republicans.
I will rewatch this. Is this problematic?
I'm not judging. It would make sense because, like, they live, I wouldn't say they live in, like, a fancy neighborhood.
It is. They do live in a fancy Whitegate-looking neighborhood, so.
But go on. You were talking about the reboot?
All right. So it was like, again, it was like I never left. It was The Proud Family, but there was no but. The only difference is I don't like the theme song. I believe I don't like the theme song. They could have just kept the old one. I don't understand why they redid it. They tried too hard. It sounds like they tried too hard. Bring back the old theme song and it'll be a 10 out of 10. Other than that, give it a watch. I find that you won't find much of a difference. Maybe they're more socially aware, and they're careful about the words that they use and the terminology to make sure that they're being, politically, sorry, new retainers, correct at all times. But other than that, The Proud Family, I'm so happy that you didn't mess that up. Thank you, Disney. Moving on to, I think we both watched this together, Morbius.
I didn't watch it. I hate that they brought this back to Jeter's just for the meme. It's Morbin time.
So, we gotta talk. Let me sit down. Wait, I'm already sitting down.
We need to talk, Sony.
We really do. There is no point in watching that movie. All you need to know is the end credit scenes. That's it. That is the only reason why this movie is relevant. It gives more depth to what there is to come for the MCU universe.
He's going to be in the MCU. You might as well spoil it because I'm probably not going to watch it.
All right. At X's request.
It's Sony. It's not exactly MCU, but I'm pretty sure everybody's always seen it or not seen it.
Gotcha. Sony's like that cousin that you don't claim as your cousin unless like the taxes are coming.
They're great when they do Spider-Man, but like when they did Venom, it's like it's not comic related, and it's the same too because Tom Hardy announced like last month they're working on Venom 3 script.
Venom it's funny. I'm not even gonna comment on that. Let me just get back to Morbius.
Yeah, I mean,
it's too much.
I mean, Let There Be Carnage. Woody Harrelson was great. Tom Hardy was great, but like the story, the acting is not maximum Venom, maximum Carnage.
But we already know this with what is this? Sony?
Yeah.
Sony doesn't do, if it's not Spider-Man, they're not pulling out all the stops. Sorry.
Kevin Feige tried to warn them. but what happened in the ending?
So basically, what's that guy name with the metal wings? What was Tom Holland's first love interest from the first movie? Her father.
Gwen Stacy?
Hold
on. Are we talking about
Tom
Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man? The Amazing Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield.
I said Tom Holland. Tom Holland, the first movie, his first love interest. Her father.
Oh, you're talking about Michael Keaton's Vulture.
Vulture, there we go. Vulture teams up with Morbius, which makes no sense because in the entire film, Morbius was portrayed as an anti-hero. He was like, I'm heroic, but like I'm confused. He never gave off villain vibes, so it was just a complete 180.
He seemed like a villain to me. You mean to tell me Michael Keaton's Vulture, he's shown in the trailer, but he only has a cameo at the end? That's kind of wasted potential, Sony.
Agreed.
Like, Michael Keaton should have at least had a cameo in No Way Home.
Right.
Though he might, because they announced we're getting a longer No Way Home version with all the fun stuff in September.
Oh, nice.
So I would love to go back to theaters to see that.
Just keep this in mind when you watch that end credit scene. I think this happened in Doctor Strange's new movie, but the Vulture is teaming up with Morbius, and they were implying that they're going to like go after Spider-Man and try to kill him or something like that, because the universe has been reset. Remember, no one knows who Tom Holland is.
But which Spider-Man? It could be Tom Holland.
That's
from the
question.
posters they were showing in the trailer. It might be. Well, it wouldn't be Tobey Maguire because he ain't coming back unless Sam Raimi's coming back.
I love him though.
It's kind of the same thing. It was crazy. We're seeing Christian Bale go from The Dark Knight to Gore the God Butcher, but he said he won't do another Batman movie unless Christopher Nolan is doing it.
Okay, all right.
But will you, despite this roast session, are we to even give Morbius a rating?
I'm sorry, it's not worth the rating because all you need to see is 2 seconds to know. Okay, the universe has been reset. The Vulture is teaming up with Morbius. Even though Morbius, again, was portrayed as a good guy throughout the entire film. It was just like, the whole movie was very choppy, and the plot wasn't really there. It was just like, it was all over the place, and honestly, it could have been better. And I blame the fact that they changed the release date twice, because at first it was supposed to come out before my birthday, and then, I don't know what they were doing.
And then it was supposed to come out Halloween.
Yeah, and then they just rushed it, and it's horrible. At least he doesn't have those. No, this is a joke. If you know, you know. At least he doesn't have those butt fangs. Ugh. So in the comics, they had Morbius.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know? Okay.
I would have chose Dr. Sinister over Morbius. Maybe put Dr. Sinister in Deadpool 3. They all working on that. But I feel like it's pointless because like who is? I believe he's a main villain for Spider-Man. No, a side villain for Spider-Man. So, some people are noting, like, why make these movies so they're, like, not, like, with main characters we know. Like, if we're having Venom 1, Venom 2, like, at least put Spider-Man in it. They're probably going to have a Namor character. They're hinting at Namor being in the next Black Panther. Shout out to Black Panther 2. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman's family. But I don't know. I'm ranting here because
rest in peace, King.
I'm ranting here because like making characters people barely know about and not making them look like people we already know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag. I think just really quick, like if you're nerds like us, cool nerds, then obscure quote unquote characters that no one else knows about. But if you don't, then it's bringing in a new crowd, right? A younger crowd. But I do see like some validity and adding some, what do you call them? Big name characters to small characters film. But then that defeats the purpose, because these small movies with smaller characters, they help build up the entire universe. There's always a point in watching them. It adds depth to the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The New Mutants, I would have liked to. I do want to see expand on the New Mutants. That was like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, but I would like to see more of the girl that has the bill and also the girl that can go into limbo. I believe the girl that goes into limbo, I forgot her name, but I know she's going to be in the new Midnight Suns, which I'm still on the fence about playing.
Midnight Suns?
They announced this last year with like Metallica's music on it. Shout out to them. And like it's showing this girl that comes back from a tomb, and her mother, who's like a mummy, she's controlling some of the MCU characters like Venom, Hulk, Scarlet Witch. So the daughter, she's teaming up with Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Blade, the girl from the New Mutants, the girl from the Defenders.
My mind is blown. Like, I don't even...
So it sounds like an epic, cool game. You get to create your own character. The thing is a card-based strategy game.
Aren't cards going out of style now?
Kind of. Unless you like playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mobile games.
Right.
Or like Legends of Webtoons. That's good. But like, we want like an actual Marvel game that isn't like the Avengers. Like more like Spider-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Why? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be good, but I need to see somebody else's gameplay first before I decide.
I got excited. I thought you were talking about a movie, only to find out it's in their game. I'm like, what? I haven't seen a movie with Ghost Rider in it in a minute.
Look, it's a good game. It's a good game. Some good graphics, but it's a card-based game. I don't know if I mistake this for a... It's on consoles, but you almost would think if it's card-based, it's almost a mobile game. What's the point? I'm hoping it's not $60. But moving on,
I think the last thing to talk about...
I was going to say Mr. Sinister. I still want to play Deadpool game. Morbius epic fail, but go on.
Well, this last one we can talk about together. It is Webtoons.
Yeah, I actually have it on my phone. I've been reading a good amount of Webtoons.
Same. I recently deleted it, but I will be re-downloading it later when I have more time.
I have free coins. I don't know how to use it. I think I still have it. I need to... Do I have internet? It's taking forever to load up. But go on. What have you been reading on Webtoons?
So the first one that comes to mind is one called Nevermore. Now, it's interesting. It starts off where people have died, and they're in this weird woods place. I haven't gotten far enough where I know what the woods symbolize yet, but basically it's like this. It's like limbo, you know, and everyone's like, they don't remember who they are, but if you make it to the school. So our two main protagonists, one's called Raven. I can't remember the other girl's name, but she's like beautiful and just blonde hair. But long story short, it's like a sapphic. If you don't know what that word means, then girl on girl webtoon, and the artwork is so like interesting and beautiful. It has a lot of Edgar Allan Poe vibes. Okay, like if Edgar Allan Poe became a comic book, that's which meets like, because they kind of dress old timey like Victorian age, then you would have a pretty good depiction of the webtoon I'm reading. I mean, it is a comic book. I'm tripping over my words today.
Is it my turn?
We can keep going back and forth.
Yeah, the ones I'm subscribed to, a new one called Blood Revere, Reverie. A black girl is in a dream with a vampire and gets bitten, makes out with him, and then she wakes up, she still has a bite mark.
Oh shit.
And then like, back to reality, some things are clinching together, like maybe best of both worlds, or like living two different worlds.
That's cool. So that same author that X is reading Blood Revere?
Lifelight.
I am rereading this comic that she updated and finished. It's called My Dear Cold-Blooded King, and it's about this girl who was a peasant, you know, and she's really good. She's clever, though. That's what makes her different from, like, I guess, other background characters. And she somehow gets entangled in this, in saving, like, a prince's life from an assassination, and she gets, like the king, the cold-blooded king, like, no one knows who he really is because he always has, like, people, like, stepping in pretending to be him so that if he's ever assassinated, like, he'll never be assassinated because he has, like, 2 or 3 other people that pretend to be him. And it's just it's very long, but it's very interesting where it goes because she's, like, she saves, like, the prince's life from an assassination, but she almost gets, like, thrown in jail because they're, like, you know, they're very suspicious. But anyway, the king believes in her innocence and is like, oh, let me thank you. I can, and since she's like kind of poor, she's like, oh, I just care about my mom and dad. You know, they're old. So he moves her entire family to the palace, and they live with her, and she gets a job as like a physician, and she's like, she quickly becomes really close to the king. You know what I'm saying? Well, two kings, because they're kind of hinting at like the people that are playing as a king aren't really. Like, there are other people who are just as important, which is interesting. And that's all I got for right now. But definitely check it out by Lifelight, my dear cold-blooded king. It's very interesting.
Back to me. I've been waiting to read this for a while. Beautiful artwork. Lore Olympus.
Yes! That's my favorite. Oh, my God. I love that one. I finished it. No, wait. Are there two new chapters?
A new... Yeah, I actually saw a book of it when I last went to Barnes & Nobles, but I think they have a book 2, season 2. They just had an episode July 16th.
Actually, not to keep cutting you off, X, I'm so sorry. I love this webtoon so much. I'm definitely going to invest in the graphic novel, because why not support your artist? And I heard through the grapevine that Lore Olympus could be moving to Netflix.
For real?
For real. I did hear that. I
Wow.
hope I'm not mistaken. But go ahead, give it away.
That would be as tough as Arcane to make the artwork and find some good actors.
Right.
But it is great. Shout out to DC, Batman Wayne Family Adventures.
Yes, that one is so funny. And okay, can we get some like mad kudos for them adding certain Batman side characters that never get any love?
Yeah, because Sandra Kane, Stephanie Brown, they have Batgirl later on.
And what's his name? Duke Thomas?
Yeah, he's a new one, Duke Thomas.
There we go. I just need y'all to change his name. Why is he called, what is it, the Flashlight?
I think he's called the Batwing.
Yeah, that is,
actually,
or the Bat Signal.
Let me open up episode 1 since I have it. It feels like what y'all named the black guy who was in the Batwoman episode. I forgot what he's called.
Oh, Lord.
I think the one in the show is related to Lucius Fox. I don't know if Duke Thomas is related to Lucius Fox. Oh, I see it. Duke Thomas is named The Signal.
I was right. Why? Come on. Why? We could have had a cooler name. Or at least you could have been like The Code or something.
Yeah, the one on the TV show, he's named the Batwing. He's literally wearing like Batman armor, a blue logo. It's like, no.
You didn't even try.
Besides that, I don't know why I'm getting stuffy. Oh, this is another one I wanted to read as long as Lore Olympus. This has somewhat beautiful artwork. It's like a rom-com, Down to Earth by Pookie Senpai.
Oh, okay. Gotta check that out sometime.
It's about like this regular dude and like this alien girl that fell from heaven. And she's learning how to be human, and like he doesn't want to fall in love. Mm-hmm. It's like it just started season 2 from like it had a new episode July 11th, but I'm still getting to season 1.
I don't have Webtoon open on my phone, but I think I started this one called...
Sorry, I'm showing you it. I don't know if you ever seen it. This girl with green hair.
No, but she's really cute. It'd be hard for him not to fall in love with her. I mean, because, like, she seems,
Yeah. But what were you about to talk about?
1 second.
I have another DC one, but I'll wait for you.
No, go ahead. It'll take me a minute to find it.
This just started. I've only read 3 episodes, but Satana and the Whipper by Sarah Dealey and Cyril.
I gotta check that out.
On her 21st birthday, Satana, she gets like a magic wand, but she gets sent back to 1888. So it's kind of like discovering Jack the Whipper, like Sherlock Holmes.
Awesome. So my next one is called The Remarried Empress. Now, I kind of have a deep love for webtoons that take historical events and kind of reimagine them, most times with like a happier ending, because if we know anything about history, it's usually kind of tragic. But anyway, so here's the synopsis for The Remarried Empress. Navira Ellie Trovey was an empress, perfect in every way, intelligent, courageous, and socially adept. She was kind to her subjects and devoted to her husband. Navier was perfectly content to live the rest of her days as a wise empress of the Eastern Empire. It's important for me to note here that her husband, she grew up with her husband since he was like a child, and they were both like kind of from the womb being sculpted to be the future empress and emperor. Okay. Anyway, that is until her husband brought home a mistress, Trashta, that's what we call her, and demanded a divorce. I accept this divorce and I request an approval of my remarriage. Now, back then, women were not allowed to be remarried, so that's why it's a shocking twist. Navier ended up marrying another emperor of the West, who she like genuinely kind of fell for, and is learning what real love is, because what she has with her husband is more like platonic. Like it's not, like it's not. I'm not gonna say it's not real love, but it's not like the normal type of love you would think. It's more like, again, platonic, more friendly.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say force. They can't hear me, but I thought you were going to say force.
Yeah. And then the next one that I'm reading, I love this. So I also love when like they're reading webtoons, but they do like a body swap. So this one's called From a Knight to a Lady. And it's about this girl named Estelle meets her untimely death as a violent knight. And it was very hard for her to become a knight back then because she's a woman, okay? People crap on women just because. So a violent knight of the kingdom of Eshra. But the death is not the end for Estelle. 3 years after her demise, she finds herself reincarnated in the body of Lucifella Aiden, the spoiled, cold-hearted daughter to the Count of Empire Janskar. To her dismay, she finds that her country fell to Janskar years ago, and she is now betrothed to Zedekiah Hint, the son of a duke, and her adversary. There we go. And her adversary in her previous life. So it's like she not only is she trying to figure out like how she died, who betrayed her, why they betrayed her, but she's married to this man that she was once like a prisoner of war, if you know what that term means. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting. It's like, it's not exactly hate. It was just like, it's like a hate to love, and also finding herself and trying to find like new strength. Like I love this one chapter where she was like, she finally realized like, because she kept trying to train and her body's just too frail and weak, her new body. So she was like, I must find strength in other ways. And I now understand why this woman's body that I am now inhabiting, Lucifella Aiden, I see why she's so cold-hearted and she's so quick-witted and with a sharp tongue, because those are her objects. Women back then didn't have a lot of power. Their power was in how they talked and their networks. Their tea parties weren't just tea parties. You heard me? They were spilling tea. They were getting, knowledge is power. They were getting knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So she's finding herself. It's a good read.
A wise Lannister once said, "Power is power."
Not the Lannister quote.
But that's good. I only had one more. It's a small one. Mm-hmm. Goth Girl and the Jock. It's by Merryweather Media. It's like
That's cute.
It's a cute rom-com.
You never see those types of relationships depicted, so that's different.
Merryweather has 32 other series like Winter Moon, Clinic of Horrors, Mean Girls, Crawling Dreams, 1 Million Gold, Stalker X Stalker. Yeah, it's Merryweather. Did I say something else before? Or?
No. I thought it was the same writer who writes like this series about like werewolf people that I read occasionally.
I'm looking down. I haven't seen werewolves yet.
Okay. It's probably a different Merryweather. I have 2 more and then I am done.
Yeah, I'm all done. Go on.
All right. So there's this one and it's really interesting. It's called I Am Trash. So it's about this guy who's basically a gold digger. Like he goes around looking for women.
They flip the switch.
Yup. So he goes around looking for rich women and he pretends he gets to know them and he pretends to love them. And then once like he's like basically used all their money, he dumps them. and he meets this girl who flips the switch on him. I don't know. She's rich. She's definitely rich, and she says she likes him. But like towards the end of the episode, she was like, "I've caught you now." Like, so she must know that he's a piece of trash and he's a gold digger, and she's just gonna do something to him.
Caught in 4K.
And then my last one is called Men of Harem. So this is very similar to...
Wait, pronounce that again. Harlem or Harem?
Sorry, Men of Harem. My bad.
Okay.
So this one's very similar to the other one, the Remarried Empress that I was talking about a little bit earlier. But instead of the girl being remarried and finding her way out of like that platonic loveless relationship, her brother was set to become the emperor, but because she was the favorite child and her brother decided he wanted to be a preacher instead, she became the emperor. And everyone was pressuring her to marry because they wanted like to put a puppet, they want to control her. She's a woman again. I love stories where like it's similar in terms of like, oh, women are getting crapped on like they always are, but women are finding these ways to take back their power and influence the world and make a change. And it's just so inspiring to read. But it's also funny too. There's lots of fan service and like she's required to like consummate, if you know what that means, like her relationships, but she never does. Like she just sleeps in their bed and she's like, do not cross this line. And they get so upset and so offended and it's so funny.
So is it like the female version of Spice of Life?
Kind of,
yes. Because there's two different kinds. A lot of what I've been seeing, Slice of Life has usually been from the male perspective, but is this more like the female perspective, like Sailor Moon?
This is the female perspective, and it's pretty good. Definitely check it out. It's called Men of Harem. Like, there are some interesting plot twists. There's like, she has to fight to keep her kingdom hers, and apparently I just found out there's some black wizards out there. Black wizards are bad, like, because they deal in necromancy, and for some reason necromancy isn't encouraged in magic. But give it check it out.
Okay, I'm back. That's all of our show notes. It's time to go into a little bit of gaming. It's been an hour and 18. This is actually running a little quicker than what I expected. I only have like 1 or 2 game show notes. I crossed out Summer Game Fest Showcase because I think I've only seen it. They announced new games, but I've already talked about it in episode 11. Any new games you're excited for?
None that I can think of. I recently haven't been playing as much as I... Wait, no, I'm waiting for Batman... No,
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
They announced it for Halloween, but it's only for next gen, and the gameplay looks a little mid to me.
Right. Plus, I'm not really... They made Jason Todd...
Buff.
He jump flies? That's so strange. Whatever. So maybe Gotham Knights. It's a big maybe now because I forgot about that. And the other one, this one got pushed back too. It's called Bloodlines: The Masquerade. Finally.
You talking about the Battle Royale? They pushed that back?
No. This is
There's Swan Song, That I Got You, and then there's The Masquerade, The Blood Hunt.
This is still in the works. Blood Hunt, I'm upset that they put that on like that's only PC or the next gen, which
PS4.
Is, right? No, not PS4. Or else I would have been able to play it. Nope.
So it's only for next gen.
Yeah. I'm tired of this next gen mess.
I still can't get a PS5. It's been almost 2-3 years now. 2 years, I think.
So while I'm looking for the exact name of this game. How about you take away, Mike?
So I've already talked about it in the episode 11, but there's going to be Rabbids and Mario 2. That might be cool. I might play that. I don't know if I'll play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I mean, I'll probably play it for the story, maybe multiplayer. A lot of people going to be mad that it doesn't have a zombie mode, so that's a fuss. Gotham Knights. Oh, this guy announced last weekend. It finally had a trailer. Bayonetta. Yes, Bayonetta 3 came with a second trailer. And you see the gameplay. All the old characters are back. A new character. I love her new look. Oh wait, did you find the game you're looking for?
I did find it, and I found some really good news.
Well,
So,
wait, let me finish with Bayonetta 3. I
Go ahead.
love it. It has some new characters into the mix. It looks like they're making a multiverse of Bayonetta, so everybody's trying to be a multiverse.
right, gotta catch them all.
But I'm excited for it. I love Bayonetta. I never beat the first one. I've seen cutscenes of the second one, but never got to play it because it was a Wii U exclusive. This is going to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive, but it comes out the same time as Gotham Next. It comes out for Halloween.
That's a lot of information.
So I'm excited for it. You need to check out Bayonetta, but on your own time.
I will.
It's not suitable for work, but it is. She is a great character. But
Okay.
your game?
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always down for picking up new games. All right, so I don't know if there are any like OG fans, but if the name Masquerade Bloodlines rings a bell, I have been waiting for so long, not as long as y'all, because I'm new to the game. But I just looked it up, and Vampire Masquerade. The title is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Okay, because I always mess up titles. It's coming out for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5 sometime in 2020. Wait, hold up. This can't be right. It says 2022. 2021.
Wow.
Ugh. Who did this to me? But that's the game I'm waiting for. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is this YouTuber called Outstar. She's like this cool white lady who speaks in like a Dutchish or foreign. She sounds really Dutch to me, but Dutch accent. And she's actually a game developer, and she works a little bit like she tells a little bit of what happens behind the scenes on her YouTube page, and she has a full deep dive on Vampire the Masquerade. There's apparently like role plays you can do of it, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, if you like vampires and you like games and you want to see the two collab, they have an old game of the original Vampire the Masquerade, but that's like 2000 and something.
I went back and I kind of do remember this game, but only a few things. I remember a few characters. It looks like a PC game, like
It is.
Therese Vorman.
The first one is.
I don't know if you know who that is. Therese Vorman. Moving on.
I'm confused because like it's showing me that it's out.
Bloodlines 2?
Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting for. I'm ready to see that.
I'm looking at it on GameStop. It's like $60. So if I click it, it's loading up.
Is this
It says it's coming this New Year's Eve, which is a sign they haven't dropped the date yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Have they sold gameplay or a trailer of this?
They have been pushing back the release date so many times. There is some there are some trailers, but I have to go and dig and find like only the PlayStation trailers, because I don't trust trailers from other people. They be fake.
But it's looking a little sketchy since
It is.
since Swan Song.
Right.
I've heard it's bad, but you haven't played it yet. I haven't seen gameplay of it yet.
Yeah.
Probably because not a lot of people has heard probably forgot about that game coming.
And it was an older generation who, played the original, so they probably won't be too interested in the spinoff.
But I saw a lot of the people. I watch the content creators I watched, they were playing more like the Masquerade Blood Hunt game, the Battle Royale.
Yeah, I heard good things about that.
But anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, those are the only games I can think of right now that I'm waiting for.
They sold the trailers for this last week. I haven't watched it yet, and they just announced Collector's Pack and another Collector's Pack for this game, but God of War Ragnarök will be coming out this year. It will be coming out this holiday, not next year.
Gotcha.
I think November or December, I'm not sure. But I am excited for that. But I think it's No, it's coming out for PS4 and PS5.
Nice. That's important. We're tired of you guys trying to push the buy a PlayStation 5 agenda, okay? We're not rich, all right? We can't afford PlayStation 5s yet.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten to cosplay Kratos again, but I have the swords from like the original trilogy. And PlayStation Plus, I talked about it in episode 11. If I get PS5, I'm gonna start PlayStation Plus. I would love to play the entire God of War trilogy.
Yo, same. I have the.
And I've played the new one with his son, but I never beat it.
I have the new one with his son. I haven't played it yet. That's what I
you
plan
do?
on doing. Yeah, I brought it because when I'm on my game, I'm actually like, I have my little sister, like we're like a duo. Like I have her when I'm not home, she'll log into my account and she'll just surf all of the sales and send me pictures of like the cheapest one. And I catch y'all gotta catch the sales because I think I only brought it for like $5. Like the sales are crazy. Because they're really trying to get rid of like old games, you know.
They had different prices packed. I might be wrong. I think it's like $60 or $70 for a standard pack.
Yeah.
They're having a collector's pack. Actually, I might as well pull it up.
So make sure you follow me at PUNKAIL. I can't remember if there's. Oh, it's PUNKY_AIL. And make sure you follow my boy X. If you don't know his Instagram by now, here it is. I'm going to say it nice and slow for you guys. XAVIONXCELLENCE. Make sure you hit us up. We'll answer your questions or try to.
Okay, I'm back. So, all these chains are my graduation chains. So, PS5 is $70, PS4 is $60 for the standard edition. If you pre-order it now, if you pre-order the launch edition, you get downloadable content like all white suits. There's going to be a collector's edition, which is $200 for either PS4 or PS5. It comes with a collector's box set and a steel book, some carvings. You get a drawing dice set. So you play D&D, you have a nice dice set from the game.
Nice.
You get a replica of Mjolnir, which, yes, if you don't know, Thor will be in here. It's voiced by Ryan Huss, who plays in Sons of Anarchy and the Whisper War of live action The Walking Dead.
Nice.
He plays Beta.
It'll be so weird seeing someone else's Thor. Like, I was watching that new anime, something of Ragnarök, where like humans or mortals are fighting against gods, and like there was this redhead dude who was playing Thor, and I was just like, this isn't Chris Hemsworth. I'm confused.
Well, wait, what are you talking about? In the trailer or something else?
Something else. This anime, they had a Thor character, and I was expecting the guy who plays Thor to play Thor on there too.
I'm getting text messages. I thought I put this on Do Not Disturb. Let me put this on work.
Guys, when I shared our Instagram, I meant like after the podcast.
I don't think it's them, but thank you. There's all the Thor that Ryan Huss will voice. He's redhead. He's more accurate because he has fat, but he still has the power of Thor. He has a hammer, lightning.
Okay. Yeah.
We haven't seen. They hinted him. They showed artwork. We haven't seen a scene of him and Kratos yet, like in the fight scene.
Well, like I spoiled. Spoiler alert! There will be another Thor coming up, so maybe we'll get to see this.
But the hammer looks nice.
Yeah.
And you still get the downloadable content of the armors. So collector's edition is like $200. There's a bigger edition which is $259. It's $260. So like an extra $60. The Jotnar edition, you get the steel book, the carvings, a nice box set, Falcon, Bear, and Wolf pin set. You get the 7 vinyl record, music by Bear McCreary. You get the dice set from the collector's. This is in brown. This one is more in silver. Brock's dice set. You get a legendary ring.
Ooh.
You still get the Mjolnir replica hammer, and you get the map, the game map, and you still get the downloadable content of the armor.
Nice. That sounds like you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah. But 260 is a lot. I'm still trying to get a PS5. I would.
Right.
I
will hold off.
I won't pre-order this straight off. But if it was me, I would probably get the collector's edition. Someone is trying to call me is a no. But moving on, gaming. That's about it. Oh, I don't know if I talked about this in episode 11, but the new Apex season, I kind of stopped playing Apex for a while, but I played season 11, or is it 12? I don't know. It was cool. I haven't gotten the new character yet, but not that much to talk about Apex. I kind of stopped playing that. I'm getting tired of battle royales. I did want to talk about they had a video for the Black Hokage Elden Ring roast session. TBAs versus everybody.
You know what? The only thing I have to say about Elden Ring is that, like, it's kind of a bit, some of it is a bit of a flop. Now, the only thing, let me be specific. The two things that I disagree with in Elden Ring, if you are a true fan, you know that, what's that company called? Is it Dark Souls? What's the company called who created Elden Ring?
I think it's kind of like Dark Souls.
Right. So you would know that, like, it usually starts off with like 3D animation. They switched it up and did 2D. Not to like crap on the guys. It was an Asian guy. I can't remember his name specifically, but I know his name was Asian. He created these beautiful artwork paintings, and that's how like the opening started. But that is not true to the culture. Okay, we always start off with 3D. I'm not saying the artwork isn't beautiful. It's just, it's not the same. Okay, and I like how they added like limited mobility, staying true to our, to the roots of the game, of the company. They always got to make crap hard for us in the game, but like the fact that you can only jump with a horse, like, come on. Like, you couldn't just give us the ability to jump. Really? I know limited mobility is like what makes this franchise so different from another game, but still, it's like you could have gave us a little something. And the fact that you die trying to swim, I'm not with it. Come on. That's all I have to say about Elden Ring. There are little things here and here that I'm just like, I don't like that. It's not a 10 for me.
Well, dang, you said this ain't game of the year. Moving on. I'm probably, maybe I will, maybe I won't play Elden Ring later on. But back to it. I was going to say, I don't know if you watched the video TBAs versus everybody from the Game Illuminati podcast.
No.
So, Game Illuminati's Ethos and JG the Don and G4 TV's Golden Boy was putting Black Hokage. Shout out to Black Hokage. They were putting him on trial because he spent 16 hours being the hardest boss in Elden Ring, Melania, the Queen of Wat, the Scarlet Wat. He beat it for like 16 hours. He even has a tweet about it. Moo after soloing Melania with no summons. I don't care how long it took. The slander on the next podcast will be top tier. Can't nobody ever question my game of card ever again.
Yeah. The audacity.
Yeah, it's like a 40 to 50 minute topic of TBH versus everybody. It was funny. It was pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever got to watch it.
No, but I know I was like, really? Elden Ring is a hard game. The fact that it just feels low-key disrespectful, but you know what? We're going to let you have it because you actually beat it in the end, right?
He hasn't beat it yet.
What?
But he beat the hardest bosses. He beat the Renala, the Full Moon. He beat Melania. He had no co-op, and he had no summons.
Disrespectful to the core of the game. Like, how you just go around beating all the hard people and don't even bother to play a storyline? Like, what are you doing? Isn't
it the storyline?
Energy.
Isn't it a storyline in itself? If he's beating all the bosses, he beat Melania, Renala, who's like whatever that lion guy is with like the two swords. I forget his name. In the end, they locked him up, even though he has some good points. JG never beat the boss of Sekiro, the final boss of Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice. It was funny. He was bringing up DBZ, and he's a hypocrite. I don't know. You guys see the video because it's funny, or just listen to the podcast Game Illuminati.
Got you. Definitely.
But that's making me on the fence about Elden Ring because I do not want to fight Melania. I've seen him fight Melania when I was trying. It was that day I was trying to either make the podcast or make music, and I had my Twitch on watching TBAs. I think it was the same day I went to a party. There was a concert.
Okay.
And he was still fighting Melania. Where am I going at with this? The Black Hokage, I've seen him fight Melania. I've seen Afro Sensei, I think it is. Afro Sensei fight him. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. If I'm butchering these names, these famous content creators, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Melania, too hard. Probably won't play Elden Ring. So moving on, is that all for gaming? Yeah, I think that is. Other than I just played Overwatch 2 beta for the little time I could this past week. I think today is the last day. They have a new character, well, 2 new characters. A black lady who's a DBS, and then a tank who's named Junker Queen. Kind of similar to Junker Rat.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't play, so X and I actually have. Dang it, I wish you had given me the memo. I could have worn my t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing Philly Fusion today. We actually have a game tonight at 11:30 p.m. We're going up against Sparks.
Nice. Right, so stay tuned. X and I used to watch them. We went to a watch party, actually. So I suck for some reason. Like, I suck so bad at Overwatch. Let me know, if you can do comments on here. Like, let me know, y'all. Like, are there games that y'all just absolutely suck in no matter how hard you try? Because Overwatch is that game for me. I just, can't get it.
You need some more practice. Have you played first-person shooters?
I have. Not often, but I have. I played, like, more so story or RPG. And usually, like, I think I've played, like, which game is that? I haven't even played Forbidden
West. You haven't played that yet, but that's third person.
Yeah, I usually play third person type things, and they don't even have like guns. She has like sticks and arrows.
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
True.
Overwatch is much more. Well, it's a toxic community. You can only play multiplayer, but it's not as chaotic as Call of Duty or Apex.
I love how that was the opener for Overwatch. I'll stick with my bow and arrows.
But I heard they are shutting down the Overwatch systems. You won't be able to play it when the second one comes out, which is October 4th.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it makes sense. They're making the same game. The same game with a season pass, new maps, and 2 new characters, maybe more.
Oh, okay. All right.
The downside is, I'm supposed to be reviewing Overwatch 2 beta. It's little to none technicalities. There was one time I was lagging, but only one game.
Okay.
They definitely nerfed some characters, like Moira. She doesn't do the damage orb no more. Like, it would be like the heal orb. It'd be a big slow bar. For Moira, her damage, it just straight shoots you. So I'd have to be like really aiming. I'm not doing that. If I want to do that, I'll just be honest. So they're forcing Moira. If you play Moira, you're forced to be a healer. So who else? I know it's one tank that got, not Diva. The horse that's a tank. She got nerfed. Is it nerfed or buff? No. Nerf is down, buff is up.
Oh, okay.
She got buff. I don't think she has the shield no more, but she has, her ultimate is way better. Like,
that's a nice trade-off.
She throws a staff at you. Also, her ultimate, she swings the staff, pulls you in, and then just spikes you up, kind of like Sigma's ultimate. But who got nerfed? Moira got nerfed. Wrecking Ball. His anchor or grapple, you can like spin around all the time in Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2 is limited. I hope that's not me or like my left trigger. But everyone was great. I like all the new looks. I would have liked if they had like different ultimates. But the gameplay is good. It's beautiful graphics, but it's the same game. There's nothing new about it other than the characters and the maps. So I've already rated this. I'm giving Overwatch 2 an A out of 10, a B minus. it might change when the game gets here.
Understandable.
Good thing it's free to play because nobody's paying for it. The same game.
Right. That's a waste of money.
Moving on. I was going to get into music, but I already talked about Pusha T's Is Almost Dry in episode 11. Great album. I recommend it. 12 tracks, half an hour. It's a quick album.
Awesome. Do you want...
We were going to talk about Kendrick Lamar's final album with Top Dog Entertainment, Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers, but I've only heard 3 songs after the album because I've been pretty busy. You've heard some songs?
I've heard some songs. All I can say is the songs that I've listened to, like, I think I've listened to, like, half of the album, but I can't tell you, like, what song was my favorite. Because, one, Kendrick Lamar came back, and he came with a vengeance, y'all. He was like, I am here. I never left. My music is hitting you right where you thought you... Well, you never knew that you needed to be hit at. Like, his music was... It was just so... it's just so much to unpack, and I can't do that right now. I can't. Just go in knowing that, like, you're going to listen to his music, and he's going to take you to a place where you can be realer than real with yourself. Like, he just came with a vengeance, and something about Kendrick Lamar and his music and his lyrics, I'm not going to say all his music, because some of his music is, you know, he created just for fun, you know, just to relax and stuff, but, like, it's so metaphorical. Like, there's so much content within it, and it's delicious. It's delicious.
He keeps it real. He keeps surprising you. He keeps telling the story.
He does. He keeps the story going on, even though he took, like, how many years break? 2?
It's been 4 or 5 years since his last album.
Why'd you make us wait so long, man? But it was worth the wait, I'll tell you that. It's definitely worth the wait.
Yeah. That's all the music we got. I need to finish that album because I am a big Kendrick Lamar fan.
Same.
Before I get into the last topic, which is adulting discussion or the future discussion, we have no questions, but I'm going to try to do a comedy skit. It's called Oh My God.
Like, I have this delicious sandwich just sitting in my bag, and my bag is like more than an arm length away, and I can still smell it, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah. We're actually getting done early. Well, not really, but it's an hour and 44 minutes. It might be less than 2 hours, so it'll be quick. So let me make sure I got this working not too loud. Oh my God. Okay, it's working. Let's do a comedy skit. Hanging around or taking advice from people who are still doing the same things they were doing last year. Life is too short, and they have clearly never watched The Pimp Chronicles. Oh my God. The fact that gaming controllers cost around the same price as a new game. Oh my God. When a new movie comes out and someone's sitting in the exact seat that you pre-ordered online. Oh my God. When people offer you food to ruin your diet and workout streak, not too long after the time you just had a meal. I'm sorry, these soundboards taking forever. People asking you for money. People gossiping about you when you're right in front of them.
That's not funny.
Family members wearing your clothes.
Oh my God.
Making plans or finding out news last minute. When you've outgrown some of your clothes. Anybody that names their son Seth Green, Seth Rogen, Seth MacFarlane.
I want to name my future child Seth.
I mean, they're funny, but a lot of the stuff they show is a little disturbing. Like, they be showing gore and stuff.
Okay.
I mean...
I just like the name Seth. That's
Robot Chicken isn't that bad. Family Guy isn't that bad. Noah's American Dad or Ted. But, like, y'all forget Seth Rogen made The Boys and Sausage Party.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. We don't talk about the Sausage Party.
Yep. Having a cat instead of a dog.
Oh, my God.
When you at the bus stop and the bus passes by you instead of stopping.
Oh, my God. Felt that one.
People who don't like anime.
Oh, my God.
People who don't like Star Wars or Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Oh, my God.
People completely bashing superhero movies. I like classic Vinewood too, and we already have superhero satires like the Boys, but sometimes I want to escape reality and see fictional characters in life or death situations. Oh my God. When I see a Blue Lives Matter shirt or a bumper sticker.
Oh my god.
When a woman you're close with finds out you got a gift from another woman. When someone chooses Mami-chan over any of the girls from Winter Girlfriend. No toxic waifus over here, but shout out to Winter Girlfriend Season 2. I know, you haven't watched Winter Girlfriend yet. Don't choose Mami-chan. She's toxic.
Alright.
Hold up. Ring a girlfriend's a real thing in Japan? For 30,000 yen? People interrupting. Don't overtalk me, ma'am. Ma'am, don't overtalk me. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Having the volume all the way turned up in your earphones when music or an advertisement pops up.
Oh my god.
You didn't drink 1, 2, but 3 Red Bulls. You got an appetite for destruction. The very fact that energy drinks can give you a heart attack. I don't got enough bug spray for all these stupid gnats and flies this summer. Sometimes means for women it's bikinis, sundress, and sunburn season. Sometimes means a lot of men about to be shirtless joggers showing off their abs. Sometimes means a lot of fireworks going off like gunshots and you can't tell the difference in the hood. This ain't even a summer thing. The crime rate always spikes up in the black neighborhoods. Competitive hardcore Smash Brothers players. Matter of fact, Smash Brothers Ultimate in general. Having to repeat myself. When people think I can't speak another language. This one is really going to suck you. When it's spooky season on campus and I see a lot of white women in short sleeves. When it's late at night and cold outside, do you want frostbite? Because that's how you get frostbite. Someone passed me the earphones and it got wax in it.
Oh my god, gross.
When you make more money than your friends, but your friends got more Musu game than you. And finally, when no one likes, subscribe, or sell your Twitch or YouTube content. Y'all really don't want me to pay my bills, huh?
Come through, y'all. Come through.
I try. I try to be a comedian. Alright, to wrap this up, we were going to have a discussion about the future. Like, now we're adults. I'll be 23 soon. You're like 22.
Yep.
But
he says I'm like
my bad. But the future, I haven't really thought about it that much. So I was going to get a full-time job, get an apartment with you maybe.
Hopefully. I would definitely want X as my roommate. I mean, he's my best friend and I would rather roommate with him than anybody else.
Or if I have to, I'll get my own kingdom, at least for a short while. I'll be in Philly, but only for a short time. If I can, I will move out because good things happen in Philly, but it's been too wild this summer.
I feel that, definitely.
I think my music career is slow, but I would still like to be doing jobs in the music industry.
Right, that's sensible. Makes sense.
Yeah, what about you?
So, my first priority has been to get my own living space, much like my compagnon, X. I really, because I take care of like a lot of people in my family, and it's just like a lot of stress, and I kind of need my own queendom to,
That was nice.
Thank you. To get myself together. Where you live is really important, and I like need my own space, especially since like living situations right now are changing and I have to like share, and I'm just like, no, don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna work super hard so that my savings are looking nice and hefty for when that time comes, hopefully soon, when I'll have enough to get my own queendom. But besides for like getting my own space, but also, coming back and still taking care of the family, because, family is everything. I'm looking to make my some of my part-time jobs into more permanent jobs. Like, I'm used to like gigs, But I'm 22. I've did the whole paycheck thing. I'm trying to get a salary now. I'm done with paychecks. And I think last on my list is I'm re-enrolling back in school for art and design. Thank you. Appreciate that. You can't see it, but I'm taking a bow. And hopefully I will be graduating sometime next year. So yeah, those are my 3 biggest goals right now.
I will definitely be there.
Most definitely.
I have one more semester to get a diploma. I need to lock it down on money.
Yep.
I mean, I'm doing good. I could do better. And literally the 2 classes I have left is legal environment and business and financial planning, which is not basic financial stuff. It's financial literacy, like making a loan or having a credit card or how to invest in general investing or Bitcoin.
Definitely, whatever you learn, definitely give us some tips, maybe.
Yeah. I'll still stick with music industry for the time being. If I'll be a content creator, I don't see myself doing Twitch forever because nobody subscribes, nobody's donating money. But I might do YouTube because that's past videos. They can post videos, maybe people watch it. Right. I need to do more music covers on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Speaking of YouTube, I need to go back to YouTube, and I thought of the perfect thing to still continue some of my similar content, but move into slightly different content. So I've done a lot of previous videos where I'm in Philly. I'm showing you Philly. I'm showing you my favorite spots. Why not make it why not gear some of my videos towards tourists, who are trying to come to Philly and want to look for things that no one else is doing. So maybe next time I go out, I'll be look out for tour guide Al. So that's a possible direction I might go with my YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get back to it.
I might have a few side jobs, but hopefully I'll still be an entertainer. Maybe I'll take up acting. I definitely might still be doing the podcast.
Most definitely. And
yeah, I think that's all I got. You?
I need to learn how to ride a bike. That's kind of important.
I know how to ride a bike. I could help you, but I don't have a bike.
I have a bike, but it's very uncomfortable.
Speaking of biking, I was listening to Pharrell, Tyler the Creator, and 21 Savage, Casa and Casa.
Nice.
They're action figures. Pharrell was he was riding the bike with his feet in the middle. Very, very old school.
I feel that. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
I'll still be a gamer, but as an adult, your gaming habits do change.
As a bigger adult, because I feel like adults are just big kids with more responsibility. I don't see myself changing too much. I would like to ideally get back into painting and drawing, but I believe re-enrolling back in school will help me, because that's my major. That will help me do that on a more consistent basis. I'm really looking forward to some financial stability. That's really important because just having multiple jobs in different places and not really staying there for too long, it doesn't help in the long run. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting any benefits by hopping from job to job. I'm just getting a little bit of money here and there. So I am looking forward to financial stability and potentially my own space. Space is very important for your mental health. We care about your mental health. Please take care of your mental health, guys.
And physical health. I'll still be working out, not for weight loss, but for body composure.
Nice.
Or body strengthening. I'm went from 170 at the beginning of last year to I'm back to 157. I'm almost close to 140. That's how I was 140 in high school. I'm 100. I was 170 in college.
I went from 135 in high school to 120. I believe I am 120 right now. It's kind of, I was alarmed at first because I'm just I can't fit any of my clothes. What is happening? But my mom explained that I lost all the baby fat. And I'm that was baby fat? I thought that was normal fat. I am very slender. I'm almost slender, woman.
Yeah, I'm very slender, but for me, I'm very lightweight. Your stamina is like very somewhat low. Like you could get very tired out.
I feel that. I'm anemic, so.
Though my stamina, I'd say my stamina is pretty good.
I feel that. One last thing to piggyback on that. So I did get a new Apple Watch from my mother. Thank you. I owe her $250 now. And it's been like helping me meditate lately. Like it has this mindful app, and it's like you only do it for like 1 or 2 minutes, and like you just.
Fitbit has that too.
Yeah, I really like that. So I'm gently easing myself into like wellness of the body. You know, like you guys would call it fitness. No, I'm not working out. I'm like, very slowly getting to that point. So, yeah.
Okay, so exactly 2 hours. That's all we have for episode 10. Thank you all for coming to the post-graduation episode. I will release this as soon as I can. Not too much edits, because I don't want to do this all day. I want to release this. Episode 11, that's the last episode. I'll post that afterwards. Episode 12 will be about Love and Thunder.
Excited.
We'll definitely, hopefully have you and Star Killer on it. Episode 13, I don't know who I'll have, but it will definitely be about talking about how disturbing media affects us in, TV shows, movies, and comics, and also reviewing The Boys Season 3.
So stay tuned. We got some juicy stuff for you guys.
Anything else you want to say, Punky Ail, or?
Take care of your mind, body, and soul, guys. If you believe in that stuff anyway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for coming. Stay tuned for the next episode. Double XC signing off.